Buongiorno from our home in Sicily. Today we're going to go to some off-the-beaten-path towns and cities that may not be on the must-see tourist destination books, but it is definitely worth putting it on your list.
This is especially useful if you have been to Sicily before and you're looking for new experiences. I think that's what this is all about today, right?
But also, if you're coming and you are near, for instance, Taormina, one of the places you should visit when in Taormina is just that little town up the top of the hill, Castelmola. We did a whole episode on that a few months ago, and let me tell you, that little town is known for its cobblestone streets, also bar touristy that, well, everything is shaped like a penis, and other cafes, but it's really a cute town, and oh my gosh, the views from there are incredible.
Don't forget the wine from near them. What is it?
Ooh, the almond wine.
The almond wine is just killer. So that's a good, solid, out-of-the-way place if you're in the Taormina
It's
area.
only 15 minutes by car, 10 to 15 minutes by car. You could even walk up there, although a little bit be cautious because the streets can be woo, 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 but definitely worth a place to visit.
If you have a car and you're still on the East Coast, my three, it's a three for over here: Castiglione di Sicilia, Francavilla di Sicilia, and Novara di Sicilia. It's on a beautiful mountain road on the way up to the Borgs. They're called Borgs, okay? You can get off at the autostrada that says Giardini Naxos, follow the sign to Francavilla or Castiglione, and it's about a 25-minute drive. That's just unbelievable. And if you want to go the whole way up and down the mountain, you end up by Tindari. That's a great day, Esther. That's
How can you forget Randazzo? Right up there, one of the stops. In fact, one of our friends' places has a pasticceria, which is a pastry shop. You get to stop in the piazza there and have a gelato a granita, a homemade granita arancini, all part of all those towns. So that's a great stop.
Just look for the church. When you see the Duomo is where you find the gelateria right next door. At one time, the owner had been elected something, the best gelato in Sicily, correct?
Gelato King,
Gelato, Mr. Marzamemi, yes. So that's another great take right there.
All right, so now let's move to the other part of the island and Cefalu. Let's say Cefalu has gotten a lot of notice in the past few years, not when I first arrived 12 years ago, especially because of the White Lotus and other movies. But I say out from there, if you're based in Cefalu, for instance, go up to Castelbuono. Castelbuono is a beautiful hilltop town. It's got a beautiful castle and inside a church that is just breathtaking with white marble everywhere, and the view of the piazza is great. Also known for Fiascanaro, the panettone and colomba makers. They're award-winning, they're up there, and their shops are open year-round, so you can sample some panettone and colomba cake year-round.
Another twofer, Esther. Right from Cefalu, you go right down the hill, and there's a little town called Campo Felice di Sicilia. Now, anybody who's anybody wants to find the Bella Vista up there, right off the square, and the two bronze statues of Borsellino and Falcone on a park bench, park your butt right next to them and get a great photo that you'll remember, and the beautiful vista is unbelievable. Then go right back down to the 114 and stay on it about a mile to Himera.
No, you took
Ancient
mine.
Greek ruins, topped off by a delicious lunch right across the street.
Actually, it's Campo Felice di Rocella, and Himera is a
Excuse me, you're right.
Termini Imerese, which is actually another town. That, by the way, is on our Legends tour. It's one of our stops where we do go to the Himera, the Temple of Victory, the Greek ruins and also eat at that restaurant, and then visit Termini Imerese, which is a beautiful port town city. It's got a great public garden, ancient streets, and lots of churches, and it's known for its fish. So it's a great place. So if you're based in Cefalu, you've got Castelbuono, and then you've got Termini Imerese and Himera right there. Another great stop, let's say you're based in Castelmare del Golfo or in the Trapani area, is Scopello and Lo Zingaro. Scopello is a cute little town. It's got a beautiful arch, lots of shops. There's the Tonada that was there for a very long time, and it has beautiful views of the Tyrrhenian Sea. Have a lunch over there, go shopping, enjoy the views, and then that's it. Spend a couple hours. And if you're a hiker, Lo Zingaro, the natural reserve, is there as well. But that's a little bit for you serious hikers.
If you're on the other side of the island, okay, towards Siracusa, the drive from Siracusa all the way down to Pachino is terrific. And find the seaport town of Marzamemi. Ancient, beautiful, lots of shops there, great place to sit out and think about the tuna fisheries of long ago. And by the way, buy some canned bottled tuna. You'll never have such delicious tuna in your life.
Yeah.
Marzamemi is my...
The old Tonada is there, and they have two big shops that are known for selling all types of tuna products as well as swordfish products. But you can get all the pieces of the tuna. We did a whole video a few years ago where we got to go in the back to see how they cut up the tuna and literally use every single piece of the tuna. So there's lots of products there, from the eggs, from bottled to all types of flavors. So that's a great stop for sure. Now, if you're in Marzamemi, you could do that town from, let's say, Noto or Ortigia. That's a great location as a base. And Marzamemi is a good, if you spend 2 hours there walking the streets, have a great lunch. There's beautiful restaurants right in the square. So that's a great stop if you are in the Siracusa area. Now let's head over to the province of Agrigento and the town of Sciacca, which may not be on the must-see tourist websites, but it is so great because of the fishing port. It's also one of the ceramic towns, so you can go down to the port and watch the fishermen come in, and then go up top and walk on the streets where there are lots of, it's really an outdoor arty place because there's ceramics everywhere. Now, Sciacca, I know, is on many of your lists of ancestral homes to visit. And if you get a chance, believe me, it's worth it. And even if you're on the West Coast or in Agrigento province, take a drive out there. Now, while you're over there in Agrigento, I'm just going to do one more, and that is the Scala dei Torchi. Scala dei Torchi, the
nice
Turkish steps that are really, I remember the first time I went, I was like, wow, I've never seen anything like that. And they're white rocks that are really worth just taking a peek. So that's in the province of Agrigento. Of course, there are a lot of other little towns. We did a town, Palma di Montechiaro, also in the province of Agrigento, not far from the Valley of Temples, if you're there. And that is also a great little town. There's so many of these towns that you may not have heard of, but we, for sure, if you go to our playlist, Explore Sicily, we have at least one video on all of these towns that we just spoke about.
You know, how many towns are there in Sicily? 331 towns, I believe. That was the number. Cities and towns. Each one has a story. They're much more. Sicily is much more than Palermo, Catania, Siracusa, Messina.
And Taormina.
Okay? And Taormina, okay? Much more. You have no idea how much more. Even if you have a car, rent a car for a day, you could probably get it to your hotel if necessary, and go to the environment outside of that main touristic town that you are, or hire a driver and write down these names and so forth that we've given you today. I'm telling you right now, you'll have a great time.
We'd be remiss.
Unforgettable, actually.
We'd be remiss not to mention our hometown of Acitrezza and Acicastello, the famous Cyclops rocks that are always just so stunning to look at, and think about Ulysses and the one-eyed Cyclops that threw those down into the water from Mount Etna. But also, really scientifically, those were the first volcanic activities that happened on the island several hundred thousands of years ago before Mount Etna.
Hey, Esther, you just used a very interesting word, activities. What activities, out of the way, beaten path activities could we suggest?
Okay, so of course you've got the vineyards. Then how about olive oil tasting? A lot of places do olive oil tasting. In fact, we know some people in Ragusa that do some olive tasting. Cutera did a whole video a few years ago. It's an experience because, you know, I learned so much about how to taste olive oil. You put it in these little cups and you have to put your hand on it to keep it warm, and then eat. One of them is peppery, one of them is unfiltered, filtered, but it's a great experience. So olive oil tasting, how about that?
How about fresh ricotta tasting? Ricotta farms, okay? Check out and see if you could find one. There is nothing like, in my life, and I have it for breakfast quite obviously, warm ricotta put on nice crusty bread, because that is like Sicilian communion, I guess you can call it. Man, you take a bite of that in the morning, it's such a day off. Great. A ricotta farm.
A sheep farm.
A sheep farm, excuse me. And I'm sure they'll have ricotta for sale for you. You'll enjoy it like crazy. You can't bring it home, so that means you'll have to eat it here.
A lot of those places you do have to make an appointment, and it's not just ricotta, but they have you try all of their cheeses. It's really a great experience. Sometimes you'll even get to see the sheep or the cows over in the farm, but it's a fun, off the beaten path thing to do. Again, we have places in the West Coast and the East Coast that do this, so drop me a line if you want to do one of those. Now, how about going on Mount Etna? You know, there's of course hiking on Mount Etna, but did you know there's horseback riding on Mount Etna? You can even take a goat ride on Mount Etna.
A what?
There's goat, riding on a goat.
I thought it was a donkey. They have donkeys there.
Donkey, goat, both.
Well,
Anyway, you can also go skiing and also now golfing on Mount Etna. So that's a really great activity that only is on Mount Etna.
you know, golf is really coming along very quickly in Sicily, and our favorite is the one up in Castellmola di Sicilia, Picciolo.
Picciolo.
Okay, so, and you can rent your golf clubs there if you want. For a driving range, when you come down to Acitrezza, we have, what's the name of this place over here?
Torre Castellotta.
Thank you. Toro Castelloso and Acicatena. That's a driving range that's set among the most beautiful setting of Mount Etna. And I believe there's one down by Donna Fugata. There's another one south of us here. So the golfing is really taking off in
It's
Sicily.
really, really incredible.
Tennis as well. Tennis as well. If you play tennis, or even paddle ball, whatever that thing. What is that thing called?
Pickleball.
Picket, whatever the hell it's called. They're having courts here now for that sport.
Now, another activity, of course, you can do boating. Boating is available pretty much all over the island. You can go into caves, you can see waterfalls, you can go jump into the water. It's a fantastic half-day activity. Also, you can do a sunset, a boating trip, or have a dinner or snack or something on a boat. That's a great activity to do, especially in the summer and fall.
To work off that pizza or that spaghetti, right? There are a variety of health clubs that you can purchase a day pass to come in. Ask your hotel where the closest one is, and you're going to be amazed how state-of-the-art a lot of these so-called health clubs are, with weights that are just, you know, up to the minute,
And
high-tech
machines.
stuff, and machines that are just up to the minute. You really enjoy that. And also, by the way, jogging paths are all over the place. Walk, thanks to the European Union, now you have bicycle paths and walking paths all over the place as well. Well marked and safe to walk.
In case you didn't know, we do group tours of Sicily, both private and group tours, and we still have some room in our June tour, which is based out of Castelmare del Golfo. We visit Monreale, Palermo, Segesta, San Vito lo Capo, and so many other great places. Believe me, you're gonna love it.
If you're a first-time traveler, you know, we have 2 books, Esther, that we just put out that are selling like hotcakes, and one of them is very appropriate. Tips on coming to Sicily, am I correct?
Correct.
Available on Amazon. All you have to do is go to Amazon and search Esther Vita or me, Alfred Zappala, and you'll find this particular book. You just throw it in your overnight bag, and boom, you can read it on the plane over. Better still, when you're lounging around, sip it on those that vino or whatever else
Aperol Spritz.
Aperol Spritz. Read my book. My 75-year-old Sicilian life, which is thanks to Esther. She made it better because she was the editor. Read that book as well. Both available on Amazon.
All right, let's go back to the programming. Now, we didn't mention Piazza Armerina in Villa Romana del Casale, one of the best mosaic collections in the world. It's an old villa that was accidentally discovered, and then they kept excavating and finding all these mosaics. Really, really incredible. If you're going there, how about stopping at the outlet? I know some of you may be saying, oh, shopping, but it is literally a village over there. There's lots of shopping, lots of restaurants. It's outdoors, so it's really fun. Really more high-end shops, but you can get a great deal. So that's another little experience. When you go visit Piazza Armerina, stop over there at the village outlet, and it is in the town of Agira.
You know, before we go on, Esther, before we talk about a couple more things before we close, I want to give a shout out today. I don't normally do type of this, but I met a man who, and his wife, who was not only a true gentleman, but really both of them are holy people. This fellow by the name of Bob Tassoni from Connecticut that I met this week on a consultation, and his wife Chris. Now, why am I talking about these two? Well, first of all, they're Sicilophiles. They come here. They're going to be here, I guess, in September. They're loyal Yumi and Sicily viewers, but what they really are is they're caretakers, because they have devoted their life to foster parenting. Now, you say, wow, that's great. Well, really? 17 foster children they've taken in their career. Now, opening up their doors, can you imagine letting in and living with 17 people over in adulthood? So anyways, they touched me. Honestly, this old grizzled guy over here, I was touched by their humanity, and I was very proud that they watch our program. And by the way, not only do they watch our program, they love our program. So Bob and Chris, I'm tipping my hat out of respect to you today. So I wanted to give you a shout out.
Listen, I want to thank you guys for continuing to watch our programming. Some of you have been here for a long time, and we appreciate it. We try to keep things fresh and new, coming every single Sunday, even when we're touring. But I want to say how much we appreciate you. Now, if you're watching on Sunday, it's Easter Sunday, and it's Easter. So happy Easter from Esther, who waits all year long to say that. Have a blessed, blessed Easter holiday, and we hope to see you in Sicily.
If the gods shine upon us today, on Easter Sunday, I'm going to have Esther's first effort on this, by the way, Greek lamb and rice in the oven. And believe me when I tell you, she's a nervous wreck, because this is Madam Perfectionist over here.
You know me and challenges, though, right? So I'll take it right up.
I threw the gauntlet down this week. She's accepted. We ordered 1 kilo of lamb at the market, which we're going to pick up tomorrow, right?
2.2 pounds. Yep.
2.2 pounds.
So let's see how it turns out. Maybe we'll
on
have
a bed of beautiful
for you
rice.
next week.
Yummy, yum, yum.
Happy Easter. Have a great one. See you next week. Ciao. Se benedica.
Savannah Diga. Sorry.